What is going on? Welcome to another edition of Hustlers Kung Fu Live. I wasn't going to do this today, but I got a call, and I need to tell y'all about this call. I got a call from one of my consulting clients who I worked really closely with this person, and I set up their holding company. I actually did the articles of organization. I set up the whole structure. I did the holding company. I did the operating companies because he had an existing business, but he had no structure whatsoever. And this dude called me today, and because of his holding company game is so tight, he just got a $2 million loan. Not none of this payroll perfect. No, no, no. He just got from a lending institution, from a bank. He got a $2 million loan. He filed his paperwork, and he said it went through without a hitch. It was flawless. And I decided, because this is something I've been working on. This is what I call getting ready for the new economy. Because right now we're going through a global reset, and there are going to be many businesses that are going to perish. They're just going to go away. And for you to come in and build your business on top of the bones and the chaos, you're going to have to deploy this new game, because he just told me, he was like, because this is the cool thing about him, his business is not desperate for cash flow. And he's like, I remember when he was talking to me, he said, always borrow money when you don't need it. And he said, we're really good right now. So he went ahead, filled out the loan paperwork in 5 days, $2 million in their account. So we're going to talk about the holding company game, and we're going to get into a lot of things. All right. So this edition of Hustlers Kung Fu was brought to you by B School for Hustlers. That's right. And one of the things that we're going to do, and that this is very pivotal to what we're talking about, we're going to get into this, the art of holding in business classes. What I'm going to do, not for the payment plan, you're not getting this. But I'll teach you how to make money, the business classes, which I should have started a few months ago, but I've just been so busy, and the strategic holding company, how to set up and deploy. And let me go ahead and let you know how this rocks, because I'm not a lawyer, I'm better. There's a lot in this, because, for those of you who are wondering, is this built out? It's already built out. We got all of this. And we're going to be talking about this whole structure, because what this does is it makes you a sophisticated business owner. All of the unsophisticated business owners are about to lose their business. Many of them. Many of them don't, who didn't deploy their money right, who didn't save for a rainy day. So this is going to be crazy, 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 crazy. I'm talking crazy what we're getting ready to do with this. Because I was working on some new topics, and I'm here to tell you, we're about to rock out on a whole new level, and it's going to be different. It's going to be strategic, because I'm about to break down the game for you guys. Because, and this is one of the cool things. I'm still in contact with all my previous customers, which tells you about the strength of the relationship. But one of the things that's about to happen, starting off with, oh, something else I'm going to do for people who watch this stream. There's going to be a free 15-minute consult, and everyone that leaves a comment on the stream, I'm going to reply with a 50% off offer to this whole new deal. Because we're going to get into it, because I've been looking, like, one of the things that's really crazy right now is everyone that's doing YouTube videos about the stimulus check, about the PPP, and all this other stuff. They're rocking out. I mean, Clearview Taxel, I mean, he puts up a video, he gets like 1 million views. And this goes against, like, I got a client who's in e-commerce. He's in e-commerce. And one of the things we did when I was working with him was we got him away from China, because he was getting a lot of stuff from China. And I said, you got to find some other distributors. And he was like, man, he said, man, I would be so hurt right now if I was still dependent upon China. So one of the things we're going to do with the business classes is teach you how to rock out, teach you how to build and set certain things up. Because when I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to go here. There's a few YouTube channels with their entrepreneurs, and all they do is they go out, they follow someone around and talk about their business. And, people love that because it's quick. It's not a real business. It's not like a business that can go to a bank and get a $2 million loan. It ain't this kind of stuff. And one of the things that I want you guys to get away from is this quick, because essentially this is just hustles. Because one of the things I'm going to do with the business classes is teach you how to form a business that you can leave to your grandkids. And this is not going to be this go ride along, get the free 99 knowledge. You got to execute. You got to put this stuff together. It's just not going to happen. And it's a whole different thing. Hold on a second. Hold on a second. Because we're going to get into some deep stuff. We're going to get into some deep stuff, because I'm pretty excited about this. And let me go through these comments. Can a holding company be the beneficiary of a life insurance policy? Absolutely. You can do what you want with a life insurance policy. What's up, people? What's up? What's up? No, there's so many levels to this, because I will tell you a little bit about my client's business. He's in e-commerce. He was one of the people that I liberated from Amazon. And Amazon became a very small percentage of his business. We developed a website. We developed a paid marketing campaign, and we clicking, because one of the things is, this is a business he can leave to his kids. And this is none of this quick stuff. But the whole thing about the holding company game, when he went ahead and reconfigured his company, because he had an LLC, but he didn't have a holding company. He didn't have the 5 checking out. He didn't have none of that. He said that when he went to his bank and set all this up, he said his banker started treating him with a whole new level of respect. His banker started to call and check on him. He's like, yeah, my banker's been acting differently. I was like, whole new level of respect. He said, yeah. See, what I'm giving you with the art of holding is a level of business sophistication that Amazon and Apple and Google are doing. And because one of the things he did is he started two more businesses under his holding company. He has the larger business, the e-commerce business. Then he had two more businesses. Because one of the things I want you guys to do is I want you guys to be proactive and go ahead and assemble yourself your own corporate conglomerate, because you can do that. And so we're going to get into a lot of this game. Queen Belicious, you can build that business, but during the beginning stages, you're gonna be up a lot. You're gonna be losing sleep during the building process because you got to build it. Like my business, I was sick last year. I had a heart attack and a stroke. I was in the hospital. I didn't work for 5 months, and my business still made money because of the way I set it up. Now it wasn't like I still had to tend to it, but I was out. I was in the hospital for weeks, and my business still made money. So this is something you can build. Amazon's out there cutting affiliate payouts, rogue hustling. Why the holding company is such a savage? You got to look at the mindset, because this is why so many people, they come to it. Is if you're starting a holding company, you already have the intention to start more than one business. See, this is where, because this is about raising the game. When you start one business and you go all out, it's hard. But when you have the intentions to start two or three businesses, your whole mentality changes. You become very, very different because you start stacking up businesses. And also during this recession, you're going to be able to buy businesses for the cheap. But the thing is, you're going to have to be able to reinvigorate these businesses. And that's going to be a challenge if you don't have the business skills. Because I'm going to tell you, one of the biggest things you're going to have to do is get the sales up and the marketing going. And that's going to be a challenge for someone who's never done it. Blacksmith, yes, you can. Tracy, no. That is Tracy Carell, absolutely no. Yes, it is worldwide. They up their dividend. People buying toilet paper like crazy. Noop juice. One of the things that you have to get to, like once you get to real estate, like you can put all kinds of businesses under one holding company. But if you're going to do real estate, because of the deductions and the different animal of real estate, you want to create a separate holding company just for real estate. But you can lump other businesses together. Plus, the internal revenues, it gets a little weird when your businesses are too distinctly different. They get a little weird about that. But my dude's got an e-commerce, he's got a car wash, and he has what is that? A nail salon under his holding company, because he took his e-com profits and he went out there and he took that money and he invested in the nail salon. The nail salon, the nail salon makes $120,000 a month. The nail salon. He was really, really shocked, because what he did is he went ahead and he found some Vietnamese people, and he's like, I own it and you work for me. And they were like, okay, Odyssey, all right, Odyssey. So it looked like a typical nail salon, but the brother owns it. It's one of my best moments in life. David Nino Brown. A lot of small businesses think they can do their own marketing and know the first thing about CRM or SEO. Pretty much. Barter Dash. It's essentially it's not additional paperwork. You're just going to file taxes. You can have like my client who has the ecom business, the nail salon, and the car wash. All of those businesses, the profits flow up through the holding company. He only files one tax form for that. So it ain't like additional tax work, and you need a CPA to keep you on point. Queen Belicious, hey, it happened. Scam to. Why don't you recommend silver, cryptos, and gold during these times of uncertain and mass dollar creation? Scam, I'm going to give you a really practical answer. The average person who's listening to me is barely making it. And to get into an esoteric, volatile investment such as crypto, or because I was in the crypto space, I know a lot of people lost a lot of money. I got people who's like, I ain't lost a dime. They're just lying. I know people who've lost a lot of money. So if you're trying to build yourself, you're better off to start a side hustle or to start a business because it's going to be faster. And this is why I don't invest in all of these wild ass schemes because here's let's see, let's say let me give you a scenario here. Let's say your name is Oliver, and Oliver, you start a side hustle that makes you $1,500 a month. That's $18,000 a year in your pocket. Let's say you want to get into crypto, and crypto. Let's see, what is Bitcoin right now? All right, Bitcoin's went down like $600. It's 6,852. All right, so you to buy one Bitcoin, you got to come up with $685. So you're going to literally put in $1,500 for 4 to 5 months to secure one Bitcoin that you can't do nothing with unless you sell it. Whereas the side business that makes you 1,500 per month, that's money you can use. That's money you can use to invest. That's money you can use to live on. That's one of the reasons I don't recommend this. And all you crypto guys, I want. What is your net worth? I've answered your question. Let's get into this. Scam 2001. Serious question. I'm not trying to beat you up. What is your net worth? I want to know. No, they ain't illegal, man. They on the books. Well, he's got some clean agents because he's got them on ADP. They all get a check. It's a legit operation because I teach people how to start legit operations. None of this whole paying people under the table. Many folks who had these kind of businesses, once the stimulus package came out, they found out the door was closed in their face. It was slammed. It's like, boom, you ain't getting no money. Yeah, nail salons are crazy. David Nino, and a quality accountant because he had to find an accountant, and I interviewed the accountant because essentially tax laws are so complicated and they change that the time that you would be trying to read up and figure out how to handle this, you could literally pay someone a small fraction of what your time is worth to handle that. Patrick, I lost 7K investing in crypto. In this bug environment, most service businesses are suffering, such as nail salons, hair salons. Pretty much. Pretty much. He don't mention it. It's not the serious LLC structure. The serious LLC structure is totally different. You have a holding company and you have a parent. You have a parent company and then you have subsidiaries. It's not the serious LLC thing. All right, that's scam. About 35K. I would not have. I would. This is what I would advise you to do. I would say stick your 35K in the bank and start yourself a service business if you can, depending on what you're trying to do. Because movers are still moving people. People are still moving people. I mean, people are still buying houses. People are still renting apartments. They're just doing it from a distance. So start you a service business and add more money to that 35K. It's not like the stock market. Nope. Hey, Robert, I have to, say my speech because the crypto, like there's some folks who got in early and they're walking around like demigods. It's like, I got in this crypto early. I got all this money. Now I'm wealthy. And essentially, they just got lucky. It ain't like they were really skilled. They just got lucky and they're acting like skilled operators. Kind of rough out here as independent contractor. Yeah, the whole Series LLC thing is different than setting up a holding company in legitimate, because there are some states that recognize a Series LLC where you could just create them and actually don't even go to the state. It's like, to me, why even do that when you want to just start a parent company and then, because the thing is, you're going to have to form in these LLCs through the state. Well, cash for clunkers. Who knows, man? Who knows? Thanks for the $20 super chat. Crypto or fear-based investments that's too complicated to get it. I tried it and I walk away. My focus is e-commerce and the service business and HVAC service, home inspections. Hey, because here's the thing. Even if you are a successful crypto investor, a service business or a side business is still going to make you more money. It's still going to make you more money. And this is one of the things that a lot of these guys just refuse to get wrap their heads around. Terry, pretty much. Well, the car business is in a wreck right now. The dude, Steph, how much does a holding company cost? It costs the same as forming any other LLC. No, it depends upon the state that you file it in. Pretty much, Kevin. Pretty much, crypto is pure speculation. Righteous Media Group. There's a guy I know that put 100K for mentorship on crypto and lost it all. Wow. Pretty much process for profits. Nicole Caesar, a holding company can be an Inc., it can be a partnership, it can be many different things. Francisco, what exactly, what are you talking about? Because here's the deal. And one of the reasons you want to form a holding company is all the cash flows up to the holding company. And the holding company cannot be sued because the holding company doesn't do business with anyone. And if you go ahead and you layer your your corporations, your subsidiaries correctly, let's say you have holding company X, and then you've got baby corp, subsidiary A, B, and C. And let's say C runs into some problems. And you go ahead and you set yourself up correctly. You get your liability insurance for corporation C. And that's as far as the damage goes. It just goes to corporation C and your insurance policy. It does not filter up to B or A or corporation X. So you contain risk. It's about containing risk, and it's about a level of sophistication, because what you're going to see with this bug thing is a lot of businesses that that shouldn't have went out of business. They're gonna go out of business, because one of the things that I'm going to kick in is the money management course, because I have come across so many business owners. Like one of my clients, from my consulting clients, her business partner was ruthless. I mean, he would just like take 200K out the bank, just take it out the bank, and I'm just like, this ain't gonna work, because he was the reason that she had to get rid of him. She had to dissolve the partnership, because every time he saw money in the bank, he went crazy. And here's one of the things: even millionaires need budgets. If you're always spending all your money that comes in, what's going to happen the day that your money don't come in? Bankruptcy. You're going to have a lot of problems. There's a guy I know who put 10K into crypto and now has 35. Lucky him. Talk about all the people who invested way more money in crypto in 2016 and lost all their money. This is why, crypto isn't in the news like it was in 2017, because so many people lost so much money. Like, if you want to put your 35K into crypto, you go right ahead. You're a grown adult. I'm just saying, there's a high chance you're going to lose all your money. You can do what you want. As the Hodge twins used to say, you can do what you want. You can do what you want. You can do what you want. Because I'm just telling you, if I had 35K, I would not invest it in crypto. I would figure out a way to turn that 35K into 100K. I would not be trying to mess around with crypto, because he invested 10, he got 35, so he had an appreciation of 25,000. What did he invest in? Did he do any trading? There's a lot of variables to this. You about to get a new car on business credit? Francisco, you would have to do a lot of work. You would have to create a holding company and then sell those companies to the holding company. I'm feeling good. Sure, if you have someone that wants to sell an established holding company. Now, here's something that, because this is one of the things that's called shelf corporations. These are corporations with bank accounts, credit. And here's something that a lot of these folks who are talking about these shelf corporations will not tell you. The banks, when you sign up for your bank account and you get your credit cards, there are clauses in there that says if ownership changes, the new owners have to requalify. So this is what people used to get away with for a long time. They used to buy an aged corporation, a shelf corp, with all this credit and stuff, and then they would just assume the corporation. It don't work like that no more, homie. Because if you go ahead and buy a corporation, let's say this corporation has $1 million in unsecured credit lines. We're talking about credit cards. They're going to make you requalify before they issue you a credit card in your name. But yeah, you can buy all that. JB Well, yeah, that rent ain't no joke. pretty much. And this rent and these mortgages are going to impact consumers. Just wait about 3 to 4 months because a lot of these Airbnb folks are going to get really antsy and they're going to start liquidating their properties. Key, I understand. I love the Hodge twins. The early Hodge twins, that stuff was gold. I don't know. XL, didn't that just start? Yep, bankruptcy can be a tool. It just depends. David, even if you have an LLC with great credit, they're going to look at your corporate papers. Like if you have a 10-year-old corporation, 10-year-old LLC with tax returns, you could do whatever you want. You can get cars, you can get real estate, you can do a lot of things. But if your corporation is less than 10 years old, they're going to look up your butthole. They're going to look you up from the rooter to the tutor. Robert George, if you want to drive a truck, yeah, you can do that. Rugged collars, people love their dogs, man. They love their dogs. I can see that. Euro, I would not say California. Good Lord, no, California. I mean, if you could make California money, but I think to start an LLC in California is $800, and then you got to start your holding company. That's $800, and you got to start your operating company. That's $1,600. And if you start any more companies, yeah, I would not recommend California. All kinds of games. vintage, vintage YouTube. In this current environment, um, the banks are going to ask the officers of the corporations to individually qualify. I mean, if you could get a corporation and get the previous owner to stay on the paperwork, yeah, that'll work. But if you can't qualify, they're going to yank those credit lines. So one of the things that's going to happen, California ain't no joke. California has taxes out the yin yang. I think it's 13%. So I would be very careful with California. Wayne Omega, I pay 800 a year in franchise fees in California. Like, yeah, I would not recommend California. Christopher Lies, answer your question right here, because I get a lot of people who want to reach out and ask me a very specific. I mean, someone the other day hit me up with a 5 paragraph question, and I just sent him a link to a consult because one of the things is I run multiple YouTube channels. I'm in the business. I'm getting in the business, start a new Facebook group. I don't have a lot of time just to sit around and answer questions for free. It makes no sense to me. Texas, Texas. So one of the things with the whole holding company game is you come in because I remember my client when he went in and he set up because he had the e-commerce business first. So we set him up with 7 checking accounts because we set him up with an operating account, an expense account, a savings payroll account, which was like, don't be messing with people's money. And he had a few issues with payroll where a few people payroll checks bounced because he didn't have the money in the account. And I was like, don't ever let that happen again. When you want people's pay to be, don't never ever let that happen as a business owner. When people getting paid, they checks need to clear. Because if you ever, because he said that those 2 employees that their checks bounced, he said they became really ornery. I was like, yeah, because they're like, hey, I'm going to do work here. Am I going to get paid? That's the last thing you want as a business owner, to wonder if your employees to wonder if they're going to get paid. Never, ever, ever. So we got that straightened up, and then we set him up 2 investment accounts, and that's how he got the car wash, and that's how he got the salon. So we set him up nicely because when you become a sophisticated business owner and you start managing, and oh my God, he was not managing his money correctly because he was doing Amazon FBA, and he's married, and his wife was taking trips out the yin yang and bought this big bodacious house. And literally he came to me because he just felt with the money that was coming across his palm, he should have been in a better situation. And his life, I'm like, I actually had to talk to his wife. I was like, look, we're about to do some things with your husband business that you're not going to like because you're about to get cut off. She was spending $50,000 to $60,000 a month on bull. I'm like, she had the Jimmy Choos. I was like, and when she got cut off, I mean, there was a problem because she was just like, because she tried to get him to fire me. And after about the three months after we started working together, he had his best month ever. And he's like, I can't get rid of him. He helping me make money. You spending money. So we all got past that because typically a lot of women don't like it when men come to me and start getting advice because that means that they're going to get cut off. Because she was just spending money like stupid. Because I was like, your wife is spending $500,000 a year on BS. That could be a rental property. That could be 2 rental properties that are making you money. Come on, bro. I'm going to suggest that everyone incorporate in the state that they live in, unless you've got some big boy game going on. I mean, this is one of the things because I had to give him a philosophy because once, because I was like, the money you're making, you need to invest that money in other businesses that make you money. And he said, opening that nail salon, which is closed due to all this other stuff, he said that was one of the best things he ever did because you know how much it cost him to start this business that makes him 120,000 a month, $40,000. That's all it cost him to get all the salon equipment and stuff and to pay the rent. That's all it cost him. In the first month, they did like 70,000. Then the second month, they did 100, and they've been averaging like 120, 150 a month. $40,000 is generated $1 million business. And, he was just like, and then when the wife saw that they were able to move up in life, she got cool with me because she hated me in the beginning because I was like, you got to cut her off. She just sucking up too much money. And, spending money can become like an addiction. G. Alexander, yes, I recommend setting up your holding company in the state that you do business in, unless you're a little bit sophisticated, because you can set up your holding company in a state that doesn't have home taxes. However, many of the businesses, like let's say you have your holding company in Florida, but let's say your operating company's in Georgia, you still got to pay those Georgia state taxes because wherever the business is, you got to pay those taxes. You ain't gonna get out of that unless you have an e-business. Now, there's all kinds of game for the e-business. There's all kinds of things you can do. Who's BP? They still together. Yes, David. Nail salons make crazy money, and this is why Vietnamese have because essentially you get one because you get a smart Vietnamese person. They'll have 5 or 6 of those bad boys. They will set up 5 or 6 of them. Sarisco, that's a good question. Typically, as a business owner, you can decide where you're going to live. Now, I don't know what Grant did because if I was going to leave California and then I was going to move to Florida, I would move my business as well because he lives in Florida, he resides in Florida, he does business in Florida. I would definitely dissolve all of the LLCs in California and then form new corporations in Florida. Because see, if Grant didn't do that, if Grant left his corporation in Florida, in California, he still would have to pay those California taxes. So I would definitely be. You do need a license. You got to get a business license. You got to get the health inspections. You got to go all through that stuff. Yeah, Anthony Smith, it can be the holding company, but you're still going to have to pay Georgia taxes. Pretty much, Kevin. Oh, British Petroleum. Pretty much, JB. Well, that's why an e-business like mine is totally, totally different. I did not form my holding company in Florida because, I live in Georgia and I represent that, and it's all up in the videos. But at someday I may do that. Rod W or LV. What's the difference between the LLC and the holding company? The difference is in the structure of the holding company versus an LLC. A holding company exists to collect money only. A holding company doesn't do business with anyone. It doesn't run any websites because I've had people. It's like, well, my holding company has a website. It's like, run that through the operating company. Your holding company doesn't do business with anyone. It's never put in harm's way. And your LLC, because the way that you write your articles of organization for your holding company are going to be totally different than the way you write your articles of organization for your operating company. And there's a certain sequence that you must do it in to make sense because, like you get people with 3 and 4 LLCs, they're all discombobulated. They're not legally joined together. You just got 3 separate businesses and you're going to have to file 3 tax forms. Yep, pretty much. Carl Black, I mean, they be making money. Mr. Sharp, it depends on how many people are putting in money. And also, in terms of having partners, you got to spell out what each partner is bringing to the table. Because I've had a situation where, with the dude who was taking 200, he was just kind of like a silent partner. He was just robbing the company blind. So you got to be real careful who you give access to your corporate bank account. Because typically, if you go to Chase, Chase is literally going to have each officer of the corporation have to come in and show their ID, and they're going to be on that checking account. Cody Tolman, that's 100% false. A holding company can be an LLC, and the LLC can own other LLCs. J Nail, I got 50K put away in a good side hustle that can be a business. Which course should I take? 30 days to 2,500, or maybe the how to start a service business, depending on what your side hustle is. They had a bar in there. Steve Jameson, yes, the nail salon workers get paid per hour. They're hourly workers. John Schaff, what if you already have two established LLCs? How do you place them underneath the holding company? You would have to form an agreement and sell those corporations to the holding company. Yes, a holding company can be held in a revocable trust. This is the power of, and there's a lot of stuff that's held in revocable trust. So all right. Now, JB Well, thanks for the $5 super chat. One of the things, like my landlord had his buildings placed in a trust. So it really depends on what you're doing and what assets you have. Because the holding company can hold the shares of the other company. Well, the trust can hold the shares. Dunamis, ballpark. How much to set up a holding company operating online coaching business in Georgia? $250. Mr. Sharp, how many LLCs can a holding company collect for? Let me show y'all something. Let's see. All right. So this is Amazon.com. Amazon Services Inc. That's the holding company. Amazon Advertising. That's an operating company. Amazon Capital Services. That's another holding company. Amazon Cleaning Corp. Well, let's see. Amazon Content Services. That's an operating company. Amazon Corporate LLC. Amazon Data Services. That's another holding company. Amazon Development Centers. Amazon Digital Centers. Amazon Export Sales. That's an operating company. I mean, you can have as many companies as you want. You can do what you want. See, this is the thing, and this is the mindset. When you start playing this corporate game, you become king, and you get to build your own kingdom. It's just as because the thing is, the holding company game is for the advanced hustler. This is for somebody that wants more than just the normal. This is somebody that wants to build some stuff, put some stuff together because man, this is such a beautiful game. It is such a beautiful game. You can stack it whatever you want. See, this is the thing, and I think this is messes up a lot of people. Um, when you're doing this, you get to set it up any way that you want to. There are no restrictions. You get to set it up any way that you want to. Car blank. Yep, it will be. Sir, if an LLC can own other LLCs, would you recommend that over using a C corporation? If you want to be like Amazon and one day go public, you're going to have to form a C corporation so you can create shares. But if you're going to create just a family business and you never have a broad ambition of ever going public, I would do an LLC. It really depends upon what you want to do in the future. If you want to build a company that you can bring up investors and sell equity in your company, yes, you can do a traditional Inc., a C Corp. But for most people, they're never going to go public. They're never going to bring on other partners and stuff. So I would recommend an LLC. But if you want to, that's the only way that I can see doing an incorporation. If you're going to go out and try to raise money, because you're going to have to be able to give these people shares of your corporation for the money that they're going to give you. D. Stanton, can you change your first LLC to become a holding company? You're going to have to do some double monkey backflips to make that happen. You're going to have to literally rewrite the articles of organization and set it up a certain different way. But yeah, you could. Wiser than Morse. Man, I made 12K on my Bitcoin trade. Today, Bitcoin is paying. Wiser than most. You the first time around here. I've said buying Bitcoin if you are a trader is totally different than buying and holding it for the appreciate. And also, I want to know how you made $1,200 on your 12. We'll see. 12K on your Bitcoin trade. What exactly did you do? Spoil us with your wisdom. Break it down in the comments because anybody can come up and say that, but please put the details of exactly what you did and how you did it. I dare you to do that. And I made like 20K today and I don't do no Bitcoin. Oh, wiser than most. So you borrowing money to trade. Tell me, be honest. How many times has that burnt you? Be honest. And also, go ahead. All right. They're both the same. You can sell stuff. Pretty much. No, holding company cannot hold a holding company. JB Well, I dated Jennifer Aniston. He's not answering how he did it. Mr. Sean, I'm pretty sure if he made 12K trading BC, he's using a leverage account. Well, he hasn't actually dropped how he made the Bitcoin. He hasn't, because see, this is one of the things. Because see, I will press you for the details and I will ask questions like, what's your complete net worth? Did you get lucky? And this is when they go silent because it's like, hey, we're going to do some Bitcoin. We're going to do some Bitcoin. One Southside player crypto. All right. What are you guys' net worth? Break it down for me in the comments. Mo Grizzly, the question is, why would you want to reestablish it? And it's been dissolved after 10 years. Oh, I sold 20K in courses today. My sales are up. This recession ain't messing with me. Southside player, what is your net worth? Answer the question. Because, see, I get people come in the comments like, oh, I did this with Bitcoin. And when I start asking important questions like, what is your net worth? Like, I had someone who's like, he got a net worth of 35K. What's your net worth? Neither Southside player or Wiser has answered the question. What is your overall net worth? Since you're getting so rich on Bitcoin and crypto, what's your net worth? I'm not hearing any answers. It's crickets. Y'all go silent when I ask that question because anyone can have. You can have a good trade. Someone Apple Max said his first trade he made 1,500 on it. Then he had 20 bad trades in a row. What is your net worth? How much money you make consistently per month? See, I start asking these hard questions and y'all start getting silent. So you got a net worth of 200K. Now, how much is that is liquid, not Bitcoin? Yes, you can, blacksmith. I'm asking him how much is liquid. I don't know. Cause see, I on my Savage Finance, I got some Bitcoin bulls, and when I start asking for proof, that's when they like, I ain't trying to impress nobody. Why you commenting then? Cause see, for all cause apparently this is my stance. You were better off starting like, let's say he made 12K on his trade. If you start, is this a consistent? Until you sell it, not really. So South Flare, you got a 15-year-old S corporation, and your net worth is only 200K after 15 years. You got a 15-year-old corp, and your net worth is only 200K. Hmm. Apple Mac, way back in the day, I once used margin to hold some stock overnight and immediately got a margin call. I wasn't scared because it was only like 200, but shows do not play with their money. 75K after deductions. Huh. Well, I mean, once again, you got a 15-year-old corporation. You only have a net worth of 200,000. That ain't adding up, man. I mean, either you had many really bad years, because you have a 15-year-old corporation, and you blowing up in crypto. You should be sitting on the 7 to 8 figure net worth, based upon what all these crypto people are telling me, like the scams, the stories that I have on my other channel. Like I used my crypto to get a loan. I bought some rental property, and and I've made millions. And then when I start asking for proof, people be like, I ain't trying to impress you, bruh. I'm like, you trying to lie to me to impress me. All right, so you're disabled. Some years you didn't have lower. You had some bad years. All right. Well, this is one of the reasons that I'm not pushing. I'm not pushing the crypto. There's a whole bunch of other channels where because people want me to recommend crypto and gold, and I refuse to do it because I know better. I know that from a speculative risk point, that you can lose a lot of money if you don't know what you're doing, and I'm just not going to recommend people get into Bitcoin and gold and all these other esoteric investments until they get their financial house in order. You shouldn't even be investing unless you got two emergency funds, a short-term emergency fund, a long-term emergency fund. You shouldn't be investing if you got debt. And a lot of people ask me these questions like, hey, crypto, 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 crypto. And they got debt up to their eyeballs. They're not building proper financial houses. Well, Southside player, I left it alone because when you said you were disabled, I did not attack you. Stringer Bell, I love my crypto. Well, I love my business that gives me cash money profits every month. I'm not selling the dream, man. I'm selling the truth. Like Forex, because I'm thinking about getting into a little day trading. and I got to figure out how I'm going to set that up because I'm going to set up my day trading. 'Cause I'm going to set up a corporation for the day trading. I'm not going to do it under my name. Crypto is the boogeyman. I know a whole bunch of folks who bought crypto and lost a lot of money. I know someone that bought Ripple XRP at $3.75. It ain't even been close to that in years. JB, well, hey, that's what it is for a lot of people. In 2017, crypto has not returned to those highs since. The closest it got was up to 12,000, and it's been bottoming out ever since. I could have bought a Porsche with my crypto profits. I just bought some crypto, Bitcoin, in 2010 and held on to it for 8 years. But we're going to get into some more of the LLC game and the holding company game. And like I did get distracted by all the crypto talk because look, and my apologies for going on a tangent. Um, what I'm going to do is stay on point because if you guys who want to do crypto, because I think you crazy trading on a margin account because I know that you've lost money doing that, but you're not going to be honest about that. And this is why there are certain people on YouTube I recommend who were honest about losing money. Because the thing is, most people who trade on margin at some point, they're going to slip up and lose big. Jose Livington, I've never lost money in my business. You can lose money because you're unskilled. You don't have skill sets. You don't have the game down on lock. Yeah, you can lose money, not me. Southside player, my net worth is way higher than yours. So for you to say I don't know what I'm talking about, I've had months where I've made $200,000 in a month. And also, let's go ahead and go back into the crypto talk. You got to study it. You got to become a crypto head to do well in it. It's complex for most people. And also, one of my things is that the average person who gets into crypto loses money. That's a fact. And I'm not going to lead people down that road because I got some people on my other channel who talk crypto, 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 and he bought in like 2010. If you bought in 2010, you were one of the lucky ones. You were one of the chosen ones. And I'm just not going to introduce these scams. To me, it's a scam because something that can literally lose half its value because, and this is one of the problems. And if you're going to be honest, one whale can sell all of his crypto and crash the market. I have no faith in that something that with one person, because when crypto price dropped, one whale sold a bunch of his crypto and the whole price dropped. I have no faith in that. And also as an educator, I know that if your name was Sam and you started a small business and you made $1,500 a month, that's going to serve you way better than you investing in crypto. It's more sustainable, it's more doable, and it's more profitable. And that's what I teach. Southside player, I I care and you care. I'm like, this is my business. I teach people how to make money. The fact that I made more money in a month than your whole net worth, that's a significant fact. We ain't here playing checkers. This is chess. I'm teaching people the corporate game. I'm teaching people how to build generational wealth. You had a 15-year-old corporation and your net worth is only 200K. Those are relevant facts. Thank you for being honest. I will give you that. At least you honest, because most of these crypto people lie. So, thank you for being honest. But I'm teaching people how to build sustainable business. Like my e-commerce client, he's going to do 4 million this year. He ain't in crypto. And most people in crypto are not doing millions of dollars. They ain't even doing six figures. Most people. You got a few. Who cares that I make more money? What are we talking about here? We're talking about businesses are making money. I made more money selling a book than you made in crypto. Selling a book. This is my channel. This is, it's my game. You in my sandbox. Oh, new juice. I've seen it several times. Well, one person can manipulate the whole market. Well, here's the thing. Most of these crypto people are upset that someone in my position doesn't recommend crypto. Because here's at the end of the day, because day trading crypto, you're rent seeking. You're not providing any service of value to your fellow man. You just collecting money. And there's nothing wrong with that. But I'm teaching a whole different game. I'm talking about serve your fellow man, create products and services to really get the bag. Apple Mac, yes, the crypto whales are doing the same thing that the big short sellers do in stocks. They take advantage of the financially weak and inexperienced all day long. This is one of the reasons that I have the stance I have on crypto, that one whale can literally tank the whole damn market. One person can make a move and tank the whole market. And only 1% of the world's into crypto. I don't know where these people come from. Z-back the midget. More than likely, my house is bigger than yours. You know what's so funny? The people coming here with, I made $12,000 in crypto. And when I start laying out facts and start addressing these folks, y'all get jealous like little bitches. I mean, very feminine men. Well, Jelini Cooperman, there's many ways you can do that. There's many ways you can do that because typically the profit should flow because you can leave them in the individual companies if you want to. There's a whole bunch of ways. I'll talk about that in the course. Well, my bad on that because these crypto folks, they come for me because, it's, I've gone on record saying that I don't recommend crypto for the average person. If you are like an experienced person, you got some money, you're sophisticated, knock yourself out. But for my folks, I don't recommend that crap. Jai, I think the best thing to take is the money management course. I think everyone needs that course. So, with that, we're going to get into the end of the show. I don't know why they come here. They know that I am not even about that crypto life. I don't know where they come from. All right, let's get into what I'm going to do. All right, so what I'm going to do for the person who watches this and avoids all of the crypto talk, I'm going to do a 50% off offer of, let's see, because there's so much to this. All right. So this is the course that we're going to do 50% off of. We're going to do the art of holding and business classes. So I will teach you how to make money, business classes. These are webinars. These will be rolling on an ongoing basis. And the strategic holding company, how to set up and deploy. And there is a lot of meat on that bone. Lot of meat. So there is a lot in there. And we're going to be talking about some more holding company game. A lot more than that. So for everyone who watches this and drop some jewels from it in a comment, I'm gonna give you a free 15-minute consult, and everyone else is going that leaves a comment on the video is going to get a 50% off discount under your comment. So that's how we're going to roll. And what I need to do is mod some people up, because one of the things I'm going to start doing is banning the crypto talk. There's plenty of crypto channels out there. The world above, I know someone disabled making seven figures. What's your point? I know. So I'm going to mod some people up, and we're going to start banning all of the crypto folks, because I don't know why they even come in here, and they want to argue. And when I start asking real questions, and to that dude, I give him credit for being honest. I give him credit for that, because most of them just lie. So at least in that regard, he's a respectable person. So that's all we got tonight. And I will see you guys later.